What have we done? Sam Altman echoes the Manhattan Project, talking about GPT-5. Starlink update fixes dropouts for users with blocked sky views. Japan shatters internet speed records. Google's new open source tool turns text into structured data. And Tim Cook hints Apple's AI is coming, but Perplexity might not be part of it. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman says he feels useless after seeing what GPT-5 can do. And he's, I assume, not being dramatic. In a recent podcast appearance, Altman compared the development of his company's next AI model to the creation of the atomic bomb, he said, after GPT-5 outperformed him on a task that required nuanced reasoning and communication. And that wasn't the only sobering comment. Speaking about the broader implications of AI, Altman added, "Maybe it's great, maybe it's bad, but what have we done?" In a separate interview, he described the current stage of AI development in even starker terms. The Manhattan Project feels very fast, like there are no adults in the room. Just a year ago, Altman was testifying before Congress advocating AI regulation with confidence. But the emotional tone of his recent remarks suggests a turning point, not just for OpenAI, but for its leadership. He's no longer simply warning about misuse. He's questioning whether the technology itself is controllable. It's a rare thing to hear a tech CEO publicly express this type of regret. But Altman's unease may be one of the most important signals we've heard yet, an acknowledgement that even those building the future aren't sure they're ready for it. For years, Starlink users in wooded or mountainous areas have lived with a frustrating trade-off: high-speed satellite internet, but only when the dish had a clear view of the sky. If a tree, a hill, a rooftop got in the way, drops, dozens of them per hour in some cases. That's now changed without any new hardware. According to Dishy Tech, Starlink has rolled out a new software update that significantly reduces service interruptions for users with partial obstructions. The update improves how dishes switch between satellite beams. Previously, the dish would wait until the signal degraded before trying to reconnect. Now, it anticipates the blockage and transitions smoothly to another beam. The result is a dramatic improvement in real-world performance. One user who used to see over 20 dropouts in an hour reported smooth video streaming with 0 interruptions after the update. Before the update, I couldn't get through a Zoom call without freezing, they told Dishy Tech. Now, I forget I'm even on satellite. It's a subtle reminder that software-defined infrastructure can evolve in the field, quietly fixing real-world problems without a truck roll or a hardware swap. That's not just a win for Starlink. It's a glimpse of not only where modern connectivity, but where modern architectures should be heading. Japan has just set a new internet speed record, 1.02 petabits per second. We're used to megabits per second. This is petabits per second. That's enough to download Netflix's entire catalog, around 125 terabytes, in a second. But the real story isn't just about speed. It's how they did it and what that means for the future of high-throughput networking. Researchers at Japan's National Institute of Information and Communications Technology, or NICT, in partnership with Sumitomo Electric and European collaborators, achieved this using a 19-core multi-mode fiber. Instead of a single strand, the cable carries 19 parallel cores, each acting as an independent path. They then applied wavelength division multiplexing, running 180 wavelength channels simultaneously across those cores. And this setup delivered over 1 petabit per second. I think that's 10 to the 15th power across a distance of 1,800 kilometers, and crucially, on fiber with the same outer diameter as today's standard optical cable. In other words, this could theoretically scale without ripping out and replacing existing conduit infrastructure. Now, to put that in context again, 1.02 petabits per second is about 100,000 times faster than the best home internet connections. For enterprise and backbone applications, especially AI training, intercontinental cloud replication, or edge-to-core syncs, it is an enormous leap forward. But this isn't plug and play. It's a lab demonstration, not commercial equipment. Coordinating 180 wavelength channels over 19 cores requires precise amplification, signal conditioning, and error correction. Still, the fact that it was done at scale and over a long-haul fiber is what makes this meaningful. That Netflix metaphor may make headlines, but the real takeaway is this. If bandwidth was a bottleneck, it may not be for much longer. And for AI, cloud, and scientific computing, that's a game changer. Imagine you have thousands of medical notes, legal filings, or customer emails. You want a spreadsheet of patient info, contract terms, or feedback categories, but all you have is text. Analog solutions like regex or custom parsing are difficult and time-consuming. Enter Lang Extract. Google's new open-source Python library, powered by Gemini, lets you define a schema, give a few examples, and extract data reliably with full traceability. Here's how it works. You write a prompt describing what you want, provide one or two few-shot examples, and Lang Extract runs over your text using controlled generation to return structured data that matches your schema, even across million-token documents. It uses chunking, parallel processing, and multipass scans to stay consistent. Each extracted entity is anchored to its exact character offset, so you can verify where it came from. Now here's a practical example. Say you're working with unstructured doctor's notes, and you want to extract medication, dosage, symptoms. You just define a prompt like extract patient symptoms, prescribed medication, and dosage. Then you give it a couple of samples. Patient reports fatigue, started on 10 milligrams of fluoxetine daily. Lang Extract will then process a new record, and it returns this as a structured output. Each of these is linked back to the original text, and the library even generates an HTML view that highlights each extraction in line. This isn't just a demo trick. Lang Extract supports domains like radiology via a demo called Rad Extract, medication extraction, contract analysis, and more. No fine-tuning required, and it works with cloud-hosted or local models and outputs audit-friendly JSON so you can plug into data pipelines. And here's why this matters. Text is everywhere, but structured data fuels analytics, AI, compliance, and automation. Tools like Lang Extract build a bridge between unstructured and structured data, making it practical to construct pipelines from raw text to usable datasets without manual tagging. For developers, researchers, and BI teams, it's a powerful building block for future data-driven workflows. And to anyone who's ever looked at the dark data in their organization and wondered, how the hell will we ever get this structured and cleaned? It's a good first step. At a recent internal staff meeting, Apple CEO Tim Cook reportedly reminded employees of the company's real strategy. Apple isn't usually first to market, but when it arrives, it changes the game. And he cited the PC, the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad as examples. Apple didn't invent those categories, but it defined them. This message might have been more than a morale boost. With competitors like Microsoft and Google racing ahead in AI, Apple has remained quiet, at least publicly. But Cook's comments suggest that something is still cooking, no pun intended, and that Apple might be preparing to enter the AI space in its own deliberate style. One potential partner in that effort was thought to be Perplexity AI, the fast-rising AI search company. An acquisition would have helped Apple reduce its reliance on Google for search and take control of the information layer on its devices. But according to a new report from 9to5Mac, that deal now looks unlikely. Perplexity has come under fire for lifting content from news publishers without proper attribution. Both Wired and Forbes have accused the company of scraping and summarizing their articles without linking back or crediting the source. That could be a red flag for Apple, a company that's highly sensitive to copyright issues and already under scrutiny over its own App Store practices. So while the AI moment is clearly here, Apple seems determined to still take its time. But if history is any guide, the company is still betting that arriving late, but right, is still the best way to lead. Maybe Cook learned from Steve Jobs after all. There's a lot of suspense building for Apple's next product reveal in September, and if he's got a major AI announcement up his sleeve, it might just fit that classic Steve Jobs line. And one more thing. And that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please share the show with others. Give us a like or comment on your favorite podcast app or site. We are found everywhere: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and more. We are, fingers crossed, back on Alexa speakers, and we hope to get back on Google Smart Speakers soon. We love to hear from you. You can reach me at technewsday.ca or .com. Just go to the Contact Us page, and while you're there, if you'd like to support what we're doing, and the tech bills are killing me, please go to the Donate tab and consider contributing the cost of a cup of coffee a month to support the show. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just leave a comment under the video. But your contributions would be gratefully accepted as well. Even with the bills, the Alexa thing off my case is great news, and we're hoping to get through Google and more. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a thrilling Thursday.